Good morning. Today we're going to be talking about blood availability and blood donation because for those who are not aware, next week is the World Blood Donation Day and we have a lot to celebrate. Thank you, Prof. Adeyemo and Dr. Osikomaiya for coming on the program. It's a pleasure to have both of you here with us. Before we go into celebrating the 20th year anniversary of the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service, let me start off with Prof. Adeyemo and just, lay some basics down. So, Prof, can you tell us what is blood? Why is it important? I mean, why blood availability and blood donation? Why is it important? Why do we have to talk about it?
So thank you for inviting me. And I'll just start right off. So blood, we say blood is life. And blood is that red fluid that moves through our blood body with the sole responsibility of delivering oxygen to every single cell in the body. The oxygen is going to be used for energy, and energy is what we use for life. Every activity of the human body needs energy. And to make this energy, the cells in the human body needs oxygen. This blood is what takes oxygen from the air we breathe in, and then delivers it to every cell in the body to make the energy. So blood is life. Without blood, there is no oxygen, and without oxygen, there is no life.
Okay. So why do we need blood availability and blood donation?
Unfortunately, there is also no substitute to blood. If a human body cannot make blood, or a human body is losing blood, the only alternative we can use to save that human body is to give a blood transfusion. There's simply no other alternative. A lot of effort is being made in science, with advances in science and technology, to make alternative to blood. But as of today, there is yet to be a suitable alternative to blood. So it has to be donated. It has to be given from one person who has enough, a little extra, to give to another who does not have enough. And God has made it so that for every healthy, normal human body, we have enough, and we also have a little extra to give out, to donate to those who cannot make blood on their own, or who are losing blood for whatever other medical reasons or condition that they have. So it has to be donated. It has to be given out. We also say it's a gift of life. It has to be given by one person to another to maintain or to sustain the life of another. So it has to be donated. And we have what we call the blood transfusion service to coordinate the blood donation and the blood giving. Okay, blood is donated by an individual, is given to another to save the life of another. So you have a blood transfusion services in place to coordinate this blood giving and blood donation. So the blood transfusion service is very critical, very vital for every healthcare system. Okay, to have a good healthcare system, there must be a viable blood transfusion service to coordinate the giving, the donation, and the transfusion of blood.
Thank you. That's a good opportunity for us to now turn to Dr. Osikomaiya and say, Dr. Osikomaiya, congratulations on the 20 years the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service has been working for us in this nation. So can you tell us, how does it feel? And are you happy with what we've done so far? What have we done so far? Tell us about what it is you've done so far.
Yeah, I'm really excited because this 20th anniversary celebration has given us an opportunity to look at the past, look at what has happened, and look at where we are now, and also to reflect on what we want to do in the future. So a lot of things have happened. I have seen documentation and videos of how blood was collected before the blood transfusion service was put into place. I've seen videos of blood collected from donors without the donors being reviewed or being assessed to know if they're eligible to give blood. I've seen blood in refrigerators where you will see fruits and vegetables in it. We have seen blood on tables that the tables were just there and somebody was asking, for how long has this blood been there? And the person was dumbfounded, just showing that the blood has been there for quite a while. And if you look at what we do now, we have checklists, we have protocols, we have policies on how blood should be collected, how blood should be stored, how blood should be processed, and how blood should be transfused. So right now, blood is being collected from vein to another vein where it is transfused with WHO requirements and standards, and other standards from places like the FDAs, from the Red Cross Society, especially those in America, that we have adapted to ensure that our services follows international best practices. We've seen a lot of quackery here, and over time, because of the monetary subcommittee, we have had a reduction in quackery. We have had Ministry of Justice collaborating and partnering with us in ensuring that people that do the wrong things are taken to court or they pay a fine as needed. People are being punished for what is wrong, and people are being retrained to ensure that it does not happen again. We have had collaboration with other parastatals like the Health Facility Management Authority to ensure that the facilities where these blood transfusion services, as the blood banks are, they are well structured, they have the right professional there, and we can also know when there is a gap for us to meet up with the gaps. So that is with respect to the structure, but still yet, I would say that despite the fact that we're happy about what we've done, we still do not have enough voluntary blood donors. We looked at the data over the past 20 years, and we have exactly 10.2% of all the blood we've collected being voluntary donors. We have over 2 million donors recruited. And you can imagine, of the over 2 million donors recruited, only 10.2% of them are voluntary blood donors. Voluntary blood donors.
What are the statistics like in other countries? Can you just give us some sort of comparison so we know how bad we are or how good we are?
So really, I know of Rwanda. Rwanda does the 100% voluntary blood donation. I know of our neighbors, Ghana. I know that voluntary donation is about 30-something%. We still like to talk about it. And so it's, but generally in most African countries, the percentage of voluntary blood donation is about 10%, irrespective of how much you try to increase it.
Why?
Well, really, from the experience in Lagos State, there's really no culture of blood donation, and advocacy isn't adequate. From our end, we need to do more advocacy. We need to talk to people about voluntary blood donation. We need to dispel every myth and falsehood regarding blood donation as well as blood transfusion. So there is that gap of adequate advocacy, awareness, and discussion. So when I heard Prof mention that they're going to have an awareness lecture, I was really impressed. And I was like, oh, BTS wants to do a bit of fun fair. But really, we need to bring the youth together because they are the highest number of people donating right now. We have about 60% of the youths donating with us. I know the Gen Z generation, they will come first because they want to have some fun, and then we will need to incorporate some awareness and lectures. So I have stolen some things from you. While we're having our fun fair, we will ensure that we do a bit of advocacy to recruit more donors for during this World
you mean from our DoctorsOnAir medical missions?
Yes, for medical missions too. Really, medical missions, we have been working with you with the DoctorsOnAir medical missions, and we have recruited so many donors through this mission. We have from all age groups, from the middle-aged, from even the very, very young ones that cannot even donate blood. We will see them because we go out to the community with you and we tell them, see, you can donate when you are 18 years old. We tell them where to donate blood. So we have worked with you over the years and it has been very, very nice. We have some of our regular donors coming from the medical missions we have with you. So we're looking forward to this year's medical mission. We are going to come out and grab.
By God's grace.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
So no, that's important. So thank you. I think what is also key and what I love is that enthusiasm, that grace. So can you, before we, because I know time is running on for us, but can you share with us your plans for this World Blood Donation Day that's taking place next week? so that people can key into the fun, key into the giving, and as you know, what we call them heroes, and become heroes. Go live with their red cape. Tell us more about it, please.
So on the 14th of June, that is on Friday, we have one major event. It's all encompassing. We want to have a fun, it's a youth extravaganza. Over the years, every time we have youth extravaganzas, we have a large number of youths coming up, and we tend to continue this tradition from henceforth. So this year's youth extravaganza is holding at the JKT Park. It is the park beside the House of Assembly in Ikeja around Alausa. So there is a large field there with all sorts for children. If you are coming with your children or your siblings, we have where the flags are. We're going to have a lot of movies there. There'll be a place for movies. There'll be a place for music. You can dance. We'll have a lot of fun. And now I'm adding a bit of lectures, advocacy lectures for people
I
that
think
have
it's
never
important.
donated. And we are going to have a 10 donor couch area place for them to donate blood. So we're going to have at least 10 donation couches set up for voluntary blood donors. It's usually
what time is it going to start?
It's going to start by 9 a.m. By 9 a.m. we'll have a walk around, a short walk, because we don't want to tie you up. It's short walk, you have a walk, and then we have a bit of breakfast, dance a little bit, and by 11 we'll start donating blood.
Fantastic. So I think this is something to look forward to next week on the 14th of June.
Yes.
Thank you, Mustapha, for coming on the program. You're the president of the KB Club, the College of Medicine KB Club. Can you tell me your experience with blood donation, why you do it, and why your club is so focused on being at the front of blood donation and leading as example?
All right. Good day. Thank you very much for the invite. So blood donation, as a medical student, right in my 4th year, I had been exposed to rotations around the wards, night rotations, and I had seen the need for blood donation. We in the club, we host regularly outreaches and events. But recently, blood donation and blood shortage came as an issue to us. And then we said, what could we do? What could we do? What first is the problem? Why is there blood shortage? And then we went into research. And then we saw that typically for a country like ours with a robust population of about 200 million individuals, we still have an issue of blood shortage. The World Health Organization recommends that at least a percentage of the population should donate, which means that we should be having about 2 million regular donors, voluntary donors across Nigeria. But then we have a shortage of just about 500,000 people donating regularly. And then we said, how could we be a bridge? How could we be a bridge to help close that gap? And then we reached out to the professionals in LUTS as well as in LSBTS. And we said, youth involvement. How could youth involvement be a way to, bridge that gap? And that's why I'm very delighted by the comments made by Dr. Osikomaiya and Professor Adeyemo about awareness and involving the youth. Because what we saw as a possible solution to this problem was, first of all, awareness. And what we embarked on, first of all, was an 8-week-long enlightenment campaign on social media. We know that's where the Gen Z typically are. And then not just the Gen Z, we have everyone on social media. And we said, why not do an enlightenment campaign? It lasted for 8 weeks, and we focused on everything about blood donation. We dispelled myths, because there are common myths that we know people ingest and say that's the reason why they don't want to donate blood. And then we focused on dispelling these myths. We focused on putting out facts, and then we worked with proper information from professionals, and we're able to do this first. We have 2 goals towards typically towards the campaign, towards helping and bridging the gap of blood shortage. And the first goal is improving the attitudes of people, attitudes of Nigerians, helping them understand better. And that is definitely through awareness. And from awareness, we're able to make them see that they are heroes. They are heroes who give life.
So you're now speaking now to your brother Gen Zs, and also to the mummies and daddies of the Gen Zs who are listening to this program. Tell them why they should come to, for example, Dr. Osikomaiya's event on the 14th, and why people need to be encouraged to give blood. You have just 3 minutes to just tell them why.
Okay, thank you very much. So your power to give life. That is the superhero power, nature that God has given you, that nature has given you. So people live their lives. Some of them are bedridden due to the fact that they need blood to survive. It could be a sickle cell patient. It could be someone who just suffered an accident. It could be a pregnant mother who needs to put to bed. These people need a pint, sometimes just a pint, to survive while on that table, while on that bed. And then the only thing, just as Professor Adeyemo said, blood has no alternative. Blood has no substitute, at least at the moment. And then the only way that people can stay alive, that we can keep our world beating, can keep people alive, is by donating that extra that we have. And that extra, the beauty of donation is that it doesn't just benefit the next person, it also benefits you. There's about a 10 item long list of how beneficial blood donation is to an individual who donates. It saves you from some form of cancers. It saves you from a number of diseases that might as well just hit you when it's too much, that extra. So yes, that's the beauty of blood donation. It saves you, and then it saves the next person's life. So please,
thank you very much.
Fathers, mothers, my brothers and sisters, DJZ, all of us, we need to come around on June 14th to donate blood to the LSBTS at the LSBTS Farm Fair, and also join LUT here in LUT in Diaraba. We're going to be having, first of all, an awareness just to make all of us aware of what we should do about blood donation, and also let's come around to donate blood and save lives, always.
Thank you very much. Prof, you've heard Mustapha. He's spoken wonderfully, telling us what is happening in LUT, and he's also mentioned some of the critical people who already need who need it. And obviously LUT is being a tertiary hospital, have a lot of these patients. Can you tell us a bit about what you are doing to raise awareness and what people need to come to in LUT, so those who are in Surulere area and Surulere axis passing through that LUT area can come there, and then those who are in the Ikeja axis can go to Ikeja, so that we know that all over, people can join in something special and give life. Prof.
Thank you very much. Mustapha has spoken very well. So for LUT, we are having a 3-day program, but the hospital blood donors clinic is open 6 days a week. Mondays from 9 o'clock to 6 p.m., Mondays to Fridays, and on Saturdays, we're also open from 10 o'clock to 6 p.m. For the World Blood Donors Days event, we're having a 3-day event. On the 13th of the month, or 13th of June, we're having a walkthrough, a health walk to create awareness all through Surulere. Okay, distributing flyers and telling people about the benefit of regular blood donation. And then at the end of the day, from about 12 noon, we're going to open an extra hall in addition to our regular blood donation hall, okay, which is situated at the blood donors clinic beside the hospital blood bank. We are going to open the all 36, okay, for blood donation. On the 14th, we are going to have a public lecture to create more awareness. We are inviting quite a number of secondary schools because we believe in catching them young. Okay, so that these youths are going to grow up to become regular blood donors. By the time they are in their 50s, they can claim to be heroes, having donated over 20 to 50 units of blood in their lifetime.
Fantastic.
So yep. we are working on that. And then following the public lecture between 11 and 1 o'clock, we are also going to open our hall to voluntary donation. As many as can come and register as a voluntary regular donor should come. We are just not working towards this one-day event every year. We are hoping to catch people to be regular blood donors, people who are going to donate 3 to 4 times a year to derive the maximum benefits of donating blood. You have to be a regular blood donor, donating every 3 to 4 months. And then the benefit of blood donation, okay, is going to be achieved. And then on the 15th of the month, we are also going to open our blood donation hall, that's the hall 36, to blood donation. And we are expecting a couple of NGOs and student bodies, okay, to come in, bring in their friends, come and register as a voluntary regular blood donor, and then also donate blood. So we are open to receive everybody on those 3 days and any other day going forward. Thank you.
Fantastic. And Dr. Osikomaiya, any last words for our listeners?
Yes. I'd like you to know that blood donation is not painful. There's a lot of myths about it, that blood donation is painful. Blood donation is not painful. There are myths that blood donation will make you sick and can get an infection. I want all our listeners to be rest assured that we are using only sterile consumables to collect blood, and we will clean the surface of the skin well so that you do not have any infections. I also want them to know that once you donate blood, more blood will be replenished almost immediately. From the liquid portion of the blood, it will be replenished almost immediately. So there is no fear that it will have any form of complications thereafter. All in all, remember that you are saving a life. Many people need that blood. We don't have enough blood in Lagos State. We don't have enough blood in Nigeria. And in every part of the world, there is quite a number of blood shortages. So donate blood, do your part, save a life.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I think everybody has heard, and please, that next week, we'll send a reminder out on our news next week. It's for the 13th, 14th, 15th in Louth, and a special big bang in Ikeja on the 14th as we celebrate 20 years of the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service. But I also wanted to let people know that today is 5th of June, the World Environment Day. And it's important that we think about the environment. We think about what it is we're doing and try and understand everything about it. So we're going to be having a special session this evening on Instagram Live, where I will be talking to Desmond Majikotomi, our own Mr. Environment, Nigeria's answer to David Attenborough, as well as the Nigerian Conservative Foundation, NCF CEO, and a very special lady doing Solar Ogunye, who will be talking to us about the oceans. So join us. Follow us on the Dawn Project Network and join us tonight on Instagram Live, starting at 6 p.m. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe for new video updates.